where he refuses to wear any form of clothing, including underwear. He slept just fine and never snored. And now that I've receded to my bedroom so I can get some sleep, he is fake snoring. I've mentioned it to him several times. He's admitted to doing it, and he refuses to cease. He refuses to stop. So, thank you. This is systemic torture. It's a crime, and he's doing it to cover up systemic torture that I endured for multiple years throughout my lifetime while on live stream. And he's also confessing to it. Essentially, he's taking the fall for the haters in hopes that they'll make him famous. That's essentially what it comes down to. He's trying to get ahead of me
Did it
in
work?
my story
Did you get thrown in
so
from
that
the other one?
he has an excuse with the things that I'm saying to say that I am making him a victim, and then he can attack me and get credit for it and make himself look good because he thinks that there are people in my past who have done that and were successful, as opposed to realizing that they're all being interrogated and investigated. And like me personally, what I'm going through, I'm fine. Can he be evicted? I will tell you that if he continues to do what he's doing, he will be evicted.
He's
That's a
paying for
fact.
everything. You
But
can't
he
evict
doesn't care
Josh.
because he has somewhere to go back to. So,
Okay, James.
yeah.
You're gonna
He'll see
evict
this, we'll
Josh?
fight about it or whatever. But I don't care because I have somewhere to go back to too. I don't need to be here. And I personally don't think I'll be evicted. But if I get evicted, then, it is what it is. But the fact of the matter is, he is confessing through his behavior and his actions that he is one of the sole reasons. He's one of a few people who has essentially kept me homeless for the past few years. And now he is trying to make it up to me and is now taking it too far by trying to steal my fame and trying to use me to get himself famous.
He could have done that
And
before.
as is per typical with people who aren't famous and are obsessed with fame, people that fall into
You.
that category,
That's you, James.
he's trying to find a way to force himself and force people to make him famous, essentially. And yeah, he's trying to use me he's trying to piss me off so bad and make my life so difficult that I talk about him and put him in my content. And he's to the point where he's getting me to take photos of him. He's getting me to talk
What?
about him on live stream in an attempt to victimize himself and then
How?
flip it on
What?
me. And that's about it.
Bro, this is. Yeah,
I had someone in
what?
my life previously try to steal my fame when I was living in my car, and he just obsessively just hounded me and committed crimes against me constantly
What the fuck?
until he got social attention for it. And then when he finally got enough money to make an income, he all of a sudden laid off of me and left me alone. But he would still, from time to time, when he wants money or he wants something that belongs to me, he'll harass me online. Well, this guy who's supposed to be my best friend is doing it in real life and sees nothing wrong with it. He believes himself to be owed, and he doesn't understand that he's not owed and that he is behaving like a criminal and that his behavior is being monitored and his behavior is being documented. And I am to the point where I have no choice but to document the behavior myself because I have not slept in 2 weeks. And then he is turning around and making it look like my behavior is out of, it isn't appropriate. And I defended him in the past, and he considered me weak for that. And so now he has this expectation that I'm going to defend him. And I'm not attacking him. I am defending myself using the same tactics that I learned, ironically, from my haters to document the event and to speak on the event using my own free speech. So that's what I'm doing. Documenting the event.
I like when James tries to think
I've
like his
given him a
haters.
chance. His excuse is, oh, just wake me up when I'm snoring. He's not sleeping. He's torturing me and my neighbors. He's
This is
not sleeping.
crazy. This was never a problem, James, before. You've slept with Josh in the hotel. Like, the snoring arc's really gotten crazy, huh?
Some people would say, oh, what's the big deal? Just put your headphones on. Yes, but then I have to play my music loudly in my headphones, which is also loud for my neighbors. I want to sleep,
What?
and I do not want to bother my neighbors. And he thinks
Hold
it's
on,
funny
James.
because you can't call the cops on someone snoring. Oh, well, they're just sleeping. It's
How could the
psychological
neighbors hear the
warfare. It's a
headphones?
crime.
The
And doing
neighbors
it
can't hear
against
the
me is a
headphones.
war crime for particular reasons. So right now
So
he
fucking
is
crazy.
officially on a terrorist watch list, and he did it to himself.
Yeah, what the fuck? He's so deadpan too. Like he's
And it's not
serious.
abuse of power,
He's serious right
ironically.
now.
He knows. He already knows what I'm involved in. He already knows how serious it is. And he knows that I'm not the one putting him on a terrorist watch list. He is committing to behavior that is terroristically aggressive to my mental health and the state of being that I maintain in order to complete things and take care of things that I have to take care of that are vitally important. And he thinks himself more important than the United States of America. And that's about it. So well, it looks like he's done with the fake snoring for the moment, but I am not hanging up the broadcast because I already know how psychological manipulators work. I guarantee you, as soon as I shut down the broadcast, he is going to start snoring again because the only thing he's doing and the thing that he thinks he's doing is collecting evidence on me. That's what he thinks he's doing.
By
And now his
snoring?
claim is going to be that I woke him up by talking on live stream. He is forcing me
It was better when they slept in the same
to
bed, huh?
expose things that should not be exposed by pushing me and pushing me and pushing me to the point where I have no choice but to defend myself online. It's the same
Defend
thing that
himself from the
he and
snoring.
many of his hater friends that he pretends are not his friends did to me throughout the years.
No, I'm not
And
friends
now
with
he has
Josh anymore.
coerced me to come live with him. I don't have another option. I've spoken to him about leaving. I've spoken to him about, well, we had some good times, but like, I gotta go. But now he has essentially destroyed my life to the point where I have no choice but to turn to him to gain my documentation, my vital documentation, and then leave. You know, I have no choice but to turn to him. And if my documentation does not show up on time, I'm just leaving,
Remember the
and
misery?
there's
Remember the
nothing else
movie
to it.
Misery?
And he can just owe me for all of that. And I will let my friends talk to his friends since he wants to be famous
Wait, what?
and he has to be famous. My people will talk to his people.
Is Shazam gonna hit me up? I gotta watch out for Shazam. Shazam. James doesn't have people. James has the imaginary fucking people in his head.
And I'm figuring right about now my people are talking to his people. That's my guess.
Hey, Lulu.
And no, I am not accepting your bribe, but thank you for the offer.
I love dried
You want me to
mango.
keep my mouth shut? You keep your mouth shut and quit snoring. That's my offer. That's what I want. I don't want your Timu money. I want you to shut the fuck up so I can get some sleep. How's that sound? Because your systemic brainwashing and constant psychological torture is absolutely annoying. It's bitch shit, but it's annoying to the level where I have earned the right to maintain my personal peace of mind, and I am not to be interrupted on that. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm pretty sure that he has me convinced that he's my cousin.
Well,
But
you did
after
that.
talking to some of my people,
We
they're
were
like, look,
there.
dude, he is the type of person that's going to push himself so far into your life that he has you convinced that you're family.
Bro,
And they're
we
saying to me
we've been here the whole time.
things saying, like, he's not your family, he's not your cousin. He just convinced you to say it first. I'm like,
What?
okay.
What?
So that's
Bro.
that's not my claim. You know what I mean? And I asked if I could say that. They say, yeah, it's fine. I'm
Am I gonna get to sleep tonight? Heather's
saying
gonna go
that
live after this. Watch.
in my
Fuck.
mind, he is my cousin. But
This is
like
crazy.
logical, rational thought, based on what my people are telling me, is that he's
This
not.
is so. I can't sleep. I'm not even
So is he
tired.
my
Like I'm
friend?
like it's so
When he
enthralled right
feels
now.
like not being an absolute lunatic about things, yeah. But when not, no, obviously not. I wouldn't consider that to be a friend, someone who is going to go out of their way to make it impossible to sleep and try to force me to talk about him and try to force me to focus on him and try to sabotage me from, you know, getting a job because of things that I'm saying online, sabotage me from getting my documentation because of things I'm saying online when I don't have any other way to defend myself than to go online. I don't have any other way to get him to shut up and like let me get some sleep than by going online. But if I don't stay live, then he will start fake snoring again. He's obsessed with this notion that he can get me arrested, and he's been obsessed with this notion since about 2020, and he just won't let it go. And he
I
thinks
have
I
so
don't
much to say
know,
about this. I'm gonna go smoke, or else
but I do. So
I'm
when
just gonna
he's
start
in a bad
yapping.
mood, he
I
thinks
have
he can do
jot notes
something to
down.
set me up and get me in trouble, which is called entrapment, and it's a crime. He thinks he can get me to, get myself in trouble. I'm a full grown man. I understand how this works, and this is the best that I can do. There's nothing else that I can do. I have to get sleep. I have my rights, my liberties, and my freedoms being imposed upon by revoking my ability to sleep and revoking my ability to think. And you know what I mean? Like when someone is just like incessantly snoring like that, you can't think. And he knows that I wake up anywhere from 3:30 to 4:30 a.m. So I wake up, I go to do some work, and all of a sudden he starts snoring. It's just really odd. I'm not waking him up. I'm not keeping him awake. I'm not snoring. I know that I'm not snoring. You know how I know that I'm not snoring? Because he is. Because when I'm
You
snoring,
can't
he's
snore at the
asleep.
same time.
I'm not the one waking him up. And when he wakes me up with his snoring, I am no longer snoring at that point, even if I was snoring, even if I was. So once I'm awake, why does he continue? Because he's seeking revenge at best for my actual real life sleep snoring. Because I'm not a psychopath and I don't do stuff like that to people. That is my number one pet peeve. He knows that it's the thing that gets to me the most. And you know who he found that out from? Criminals. And you know how criminals found it out? By doing it to me. So if he wants to commit to criminal behavior, so be it. I will continue to do as I do
Mm-hmm.
and refuse to allow my situation to be flipped on me.
All right, I might know it's I'll be back.
I listen, and this is how much he's stealing from me. He is stealing so much from me that I had to post, with his permission, a photo of him across my social media platforms in order for my social media platforms to know the difference between me and him. That's how much he's stealing from me. That is how much he is demanding from me in return for handling my half of the rent. It's robbery. It's a crime. So I don't know if you guys find this interesting or not, but all of a sudden I post one photo of him across my social, and this is in his mind. In his mind, he thinks he can convince people that he's the famous one. I'm not kidding you. That's his agenda. So I post because, you know what I mean? Because like I have like a couple of followers, and he has like 1,000 because he's had his account for years, and he's also friends with me, or friends, whatever. I don't know what the hell you want to call it at this point. So all of a sudden, I post one photo of him, and all of my social accounts get unlocked, and my and followship on all my social accounts get unlocked. Listen, you got to understand that the power that he has didn't come from me, but there are people more important than me that I am not friends with, that I am enemies with, who want to blame me for the amount of social attention that he gets and has gotten. Didn't come from me, but it didn't come from him either. My social attention came from me. I earned what I got. And then my enemies tried to cover it up because they don't want me taking credit for how good I am at gaining social attention in a good way by trying to slander my name. And that's my truth. That's the story, and I'm sticking to it. Let's see. Is it? Does he need it to be about him more, or are we? What's going on here? And now he's going to claim that he wasn't awake to hear every word that I said when I know that he was. And then his hater friends are going to send him a clipped video of things that I said. And then he is going to come to me and say, "Oh, this is what they said. I don't know." I've known him for like 8 years. I'm not stupid. And he's still trying to play the stupid card after 8 years. Like, come on. Nobody's that stupid. And everybody knows that he's not stupid. And that's it. I don't know what else to say. Yeah? I try saying it to him in plain words. I try being polite to him. He's forcing me to take it to my fans. He's forcing me to take it to the only people that are going to defend me. And they say, well, just go out and take a walk. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. The sun's not out, and there's criminals around. It's not safe. I'm not going to do it.
James, you're the criminal. This is wacky. This is so crazy.
Take a walk at 4:30 in the morning around here. Yeah, I'm not getting kidnapped. It's not happening. Are your walls thin? Yeah. Yeah, they are.
That's where all the criminals just chill at.
Is he snoring now? No. No, I'm guessing that he feels fully satisfied on the attention he was seeking. I'm guessing that whatever I said was enough for him, that he has decided that I am now allowed to sleep. Now that I am wide awake, I'm allowed to sleep. So record him might help if you need to go to court to evict him. What's it gonna do? And he thinks this is funny, which is really sad and sick and immature. What's it gonna do to record someone snoring? He refuses to go to the doctor. He refuses to do anything about it. So he doesn't have a way to at least claim that he was sleeping. You
What?
know what I mean? Like I try to give him an out. I'm like, bro, go to the doctor and get a CPAP. Well, I'm not going to use that. Like he's totally against it, 100% against it.
Yeah, it costs
So,
money. I would
you
imagine
know,
Josh wants furniture in the house before a fucking CPAP
I
machine
have
he's
my
never
limits, and
needed
that's
to
a
use
limit for
before.
me. And I've told him time and time again to let it go. And I can't take it to the police. You know what I mean? What are they going to do? Cite a guy for snoring?
All right, Nikki?
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not going to do anything.
Yeah, because this
And
is
I hate to
crazy,
call the
James.
cops on him. You know what I mean? I've known him for so long. And I try to give him chance after chance, but he just won't let it go. He is trying to force himself into my life. He's trying to continue to force himself into my environment, force me to end up having to talk about him, force me to embarrass myself online, trying to force me to tarnish my own reputation. And he does it through most of the stuff that he does when I'm not live, forcing me, trying to force me to have to be a social influencer. He's trying to forcibly downgrade my social status because I have become famous in real life. He is jealous and he's trying to force me on to. I'm just letting you know what like his actual agenda is beyond all reasonable doubt. Or I'm sorry, beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Hey,
I'm
Snoring.
not a cop, so I can't always say it right, or a lawyer. But he is trying. I can like at this point prove it's been proven that he is trying to force me onto social media. He is trying to force me into these spaces to either get my accounts shut down in as a way to protect me or force me to go to get to a point of fame in a way that people understand through social media as an influencer in an attempt in a coup with other people that are pretending to be my friends in my life who are jealous that I have gotten in with actual famous people who do not accept influencers into their circles.
Paranoia is
And that's what it
strong
really
tonight.
comes down to is I have become very connected in Hollywood.
Whoa,
I am very
whoa.
well known in Hollywood and I have gotten ahead of their storyline and they're pissed about it. The fact of the matter is, what they're trying to do is force me into influencer status as a way to cut me off from being connected with old school Hollywood by forcing me into influencer status and making it look like I talk on
Old
people.
school
Well, guess
Hollywood
what?
jacked up.
When I was in Hollywood, I didn't talk on people. When I'm in Hollywood, I don't have anything to say. When I'm on social media in
Old school
Hollywood, I
Hollywood
don't say anything
dance
I'm not
floor.
supposed to say. And yeah, so that's it.
Jacarani is 10 feet tall.
So I won that game already. So why am I live? Brings us full circle to the fact that he is not allowing me to get sleep. He believes himself to be privileged to the decision of whether or not I get sleep. That is how much he is struggling with boundaries. I did not realize this when I moved in with him.
You guys cracked me up.
But if I will not allow him to control my life, and it's been this way since I met him, and people are trying to tell me that I'm betraying him, no, I should have never let him in my life to begin with. That is a fact. He knows it, he's agreed with it. He will not stop. And now I'm hoping he stops. I'm hoping this is enough for him to stop. I have to live with him. I'm on a lease. There's no way out of it. He knows it. But he is not going to make this about him. And if he does, it's going to become legal. Law enforcement will get involved. Law enforcement is already involved. And that's that.
If Josh is actually intentionally snoring, this is the greatest troll ever. Who knew that we could bring James to his knees by fucking snoring? Josh is also gone for a majority of the day. James could sleep during
He's
the
also
day.
now trying to use me to get evidence. And he's also trying to use me to like get information about what's going on in reference to the investigation that he knows is going on about him. And it doesn't work that way. You can't do that. He's intimidating a witness. Like, I'm considered a witness in his case. They will drop the case if he stops, but he's not stopping. And he thinks he's going to do the same to me. Well, it doesn't matter on my end because I don't actually care. It's not helpful. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm getting through my situation either way. He's not going to be a victim of the police. He's going to be the perp. Me personally, I've already been proven innocent. You know what I mean? Like, what I've been through, and it's only going to continue that way. So if he thinks that I'm going to side with him for like sacrificing himself, no, it's clinical insanity. Stop. It's not venerable. It's not honorable. It's clinically insane and it's criminal. There's
Obviously,
nothing else
Josh
to
should
it.
get $100 worth of CPAP machine instead of $1
I know. I should record him.
earplugs. That's the obvious
Yeah, like
solution,
I
right?
said, I'm not trying to evict him. Even once I get a job and stuff, I don't roll that way. I don't want him evicted. I just want him to stop systemically torturing me with his snoring.
Systemically torturing him.
And the reason he has begun to do this is because I don't talk to him throughout the day. Like, I'm not kidding you. He is using me. He's demanding attention. He told me, I said to him when he moved in, I said, look, when you move in, you're not living with your parents anymore. You don't have, you know what I mean? You're not going to have the same things. Things aren't going to be the same way. You can't do to me what you tried to do to me back then. I said, okay, I understand. I get it.
You guys already lived
And
together.
what's he doing? Exactly what he said he wasn't going to do. Demanding attention, demanding me to focus on him. And that's it. And there's nothing else to it.
It sounds like you're just trying to sleep, James.
Does he look like you? Him and I look moderately similar. Moderately similar. He has this fantasy in his mind that he could replace me and like steal my identity and steal my fame. Like, as a famous person, I already know how
So
this
wacky,
works.
man.
And he thinks that I don't know that he has this in his head. And he thinks that he can claim that I'm like clinically insane for thinking that I'm famous. You know what I mean? Like, there's him and a group of people who genuinely think they can cover up this whole thing and like just steal my name and replace me in the media. I'm not even kidding you.
James' name is worth like nothing. No one wants to be James.
But it is what it is.
I will be anyone else but James Soroka, please and thank
And
you.
I've known about it the whole time. I'm just talking about it in case something happens to me. As far as I know right now, I'm not in danger. But I am documenting this now because this does happen to people in media. This happens to a lot of people who are on their way into the industry who just couldn't cut it. You know what I mean? They just couldn't make it. And so they get replaced by somebody else. Now he's fake snoring again. See, that's the thing, is it's not 2017, it's 2025. And people do not realize how much smarter the public has become. He doesn't realize how much more smart people have become. And he has made it his sole interest to discredit me. And I told him to lay off. He wouldn't lay off. And this is the result. If he wants to legally come at me for defamation of character or libel, go ahead. Go ahead. I don't care. Like, I'm to the point where if that's what it takes for him to stop torturing me, then that's what it takes. Are people mistaking you for one another? Yeah. Yep, it's to that point. Like, so I just restarted my social media, right? Like less than a month ago. And then he has like 1,000 followers on TikTok and I guess throughout social media or whatever. And like, he's trying to make it look like he's the one that had fame stolen from him. I'm not kidding you. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know if he's always been this way or if this is new for him, but he has this criminal mindset and I can't get him away from it. So that's why I gave up on him. That's why I'm leaving because he thinks like a criminal
So
and he
crazy.
won't stop and he won't change and he doesn't care and he's just given up. So you know what I mean? I told him last night that I'm moving on, I'm leaving. And then all of a sudden, he's right back to all the stuff he was doing before I said I was leaving. Cuz there was a let me say it to you this way so I don't sound like I'm, talking in circles and whatnot. So he was doing what he was doing, and then
Yeah.
I got closer with him
Doing what's
and
doing.
he stopped.
And he stopped doing what's doing.
And then I took my space and I said, "Hey, I'm leaving." And all of a sudden he started doing it again.
What is he doing
He's
though?
trying to forcibly steal from me in one way or another by refusing to allow me to live my own life unless I have him in it.
Just knowing Josh too is so much funnier because
I am in my own
Josh isn't this
space
smart.
doing my own thing. You get what I'm saying?
You're in
He is
Josh's
using
space.
the snoring, he is using the psychological manipulation when not sleeping as an excuse to force his way into my life and make my life about him even when I'm in my own space by myself. He gaslights the fuck out of me. I tell him about it. He gaslights the fuck out of me all day, which is why I've stopped talking about him and stopped talking to him. Or when I say stop talking about him, I mean, like I won't even talk to my friends about him because I don't feel safe to. And you know what I mean? He's like trying to force his way into my life, even when my door is closed, even when I'm just minding my own business. And when I don't text him, when I don't talk to him, he punishes me. He does weird shit when I don't talk to him.
This is such Xavier Heather vibes. It's crazy. Like he's Heather Gillespie here now. He's somehow bitchier indoors than he was outdoors.
Help because he would just like would lose his fucking mind if I ever told him that he needed to see a doctor or talk to somebody for to get help. He would lose his fucking mind if I ever told him that. And he refuses to accept that what he's doing is criminally illegal. What I'm doing right now is civil, right? If he wanted to take me to court, it's civilly, it's a civil crime. So it's up to him to decide because he has to have the control and the power that bad that things really have gone this far. But what he doesn't understand is what he is doing is criminally illegal. Do you get that? What he's doing is considered
Snoring.
systemic torture.
Snoring,
If you were
criminally
to take a
illegal.
recording of him snoring, you can use that audio to prove, based on his, what do you call it? Based on his breathing pattern, that he is awake and that he is snoring while he's awake. And then if I take that and I'm comparing it to the way that he's treated me and the way that he's acting, and you compare it back over the past week and a half to 2 weeks, that's enough proof to prove that he is systemically torturing me for refusing to acknowledge him. And it's to the point where I am live because he is scaring the shit out of me. He is scaring the living shit out of me. And he's doing it on purpose and he thinks it's funny.
It should be back up. It should be back up. The last
Which,
one,
once again, is a criminal mindset. This is shit that criminals do.
there's a 14-minute one that's private, but the long one is it should be back up again. I just had to take out one song.
Now he's snoring more to get me talking more. I just hate to see. I hate that he's the culprit. You know what I mean? Like, you ever have it where things are so good and then, like, the better your life gets, people turn on you? Well, I'm to the point where the person who I tried to call my best friend for years, who I gave a chance to for years, has officially turned on me. And he feels the same because I refuse to make him famous. He feels the same because I won't give to him what I earned. I'm not kidding you. And I can't believe it. He's thinking that he can win favor and win sympathy with the liberals, while also at the same time, when the camera's not on, hating on the liberals.
Snoring is a very liberal issue.
Like, I've joked around, but he's not joking. And I tried to teach him, I tried to tell him, but he doesn't want to listen. He's one of those people that genuinely believes that he just deserves it because he's him. I'm not one of those people. And because he can't comprehend that that's not what I'm doing, he fake snores and he tortures me. Even when it's crossing a criminally legal boundary. What everybody expected, what the criminals expected, because he's guilty and I'm innocent, and this is his confession, and he thinks he's like all powerful because this is his version of confessing, using me to confess because he's a pussy. He's not weak, but he's a pussy. That he is using me to confess to what he did to me back in the day. And is that enough for me? No, I don't want a confession. I want you to give me what I'm fucking owed and then get out of my life. And I'm only allowing you to give me what you owe me to settle your conscience. I don't even want it. I don't want it. I don't. But I know that you're going to kill yourself unless I let you give me what you owe me.
What? So
just because you can't live with yourself. So
this is Josh's confession. I got that right? Snoring is a crime, and this is Josh confessing through James
because
he's a
pussy. You shouldn't have to pay your share of the
pussy.
rent this month. It's not fair what he's doing to you. I agree. That's why I'm not. You ain't getting that out of me.
So he's not gonna pay rent now because of Josh's snoring, and he's also gonna evict him.
Now, once I have a regular job, I'm paying my half of the rent no matter what. But until I have a regular job, it's you think I owe you? Well, don't worry, you owe me.
What? Josh, you're in trouble. James might kill you one night for the snoring. Like, literally, like...
He sounds like a piece of work.
I'd get the fuck out of there if I was Josh.
You shouldn't be forcing you out of your own place.
Break the lease.
Let me put it this way. He's a good guy, but he's a criminal. You know, and I didn't really want to accept that fact. And it wasn't until living with him that it kind of sunk in, you know. And I don't know what he does, and I don't want to know. That's part of why I don't want to get so close to him. I don't want to know what he's involved in, you know. So that's that. That's my real reason for not getting close to him, is because I can smell a mile away that he's a criminal. And I didn't want to believe it, and then I moved in with him. And now I can't get out of it. And I don't want to know. something similar to this, God, I feel stupid.
You should. This is a very stupid fucking thing you're saying, James. One of the crazier things I've ever heard him say.
Losing weight can sometimes help with snoring. Yeah. Well, his version of losing weight is not, and I've already tried to tell him that unless he eats, he's going to continue to maintain the weight that he's at because he's in survival mode. And his other excuse for every one of his problems is that he's defending me. He has learned through osmosis that he thinks he can use that as his ultimate sympathy backup. He has become obsessed with my life. I had no idea how bad it's gotten, and he won't let go. And whenever it's tough for him and his parents aren't right there now that he's living on his own, he thinks he can try and force me into his space. He has some serious boundary issues going on, and he thinks that his boundary issues are an excuse for what he's doing to me. He thinks he can use his boundary issues as a backup plan to make me look like an attacker if he has to, or as an excuse if I accept him in my life. He is an absolute psychotic manipulator. I've told him, and he won't stop. I've closed my door, I've locked my door, and now the volume of his snoring has increased to make sure that I hear him on the other side of the door, no matter what. At first, he slept in his bedroom, and he snored like a freight train. That was tolerable because I was in my room and he was in his room. Well, now he
That's it.
sleeps
No
in the
more
living room,
Pepsi. I think they're already on diet
close
7
to my
Up.
bedroom.
No caffeine, no sugar.
And now I close and lock my door, and he snores at twice the volume.
Is he reading? What can I say real quick here? I've jotted notes down because James is saying some insane shit. I don't want to interrupt him. I can't pause it. He's saying that Josh is forcing him to post
Sometimes
pictures of
just have to
Josh.
cut toxic people out of your life. How long
What
do you
is
live?
that?
Okay. So I cut him out of my life several times over the years, and he keeps finding ways to force himself back into my life. He really does. He has psychologically manipulated me so bad that it's like I have to go back to him. And he did this to me over several years. I've told him about it. We've talked about it. I try to leave the past in the past. He won't stop. He just won't stop. So, as far as cutting toxic people out of my life, I have essentially cut him out of my life. I have told him I'm moving on. I've literally told him several times, I'm moving on. I'm going to do my own thing. You need to stop now. You need to leave me alone. I'll go do, you know what I mean? I'll go out to hang out with you from time to time. Um, but that's it. You know, beyond going to hang out with you, leave me alone. I've made it abundantly clear that I am moving on from him. And he is now trying to seek revenge like I am ending his world for moving on from him.
James, you don't have any other
When
options right
his
now.
life is his own and he sees me as a piece of meat and a golden ticket because things aren't working out for him without me. He knows that he's going to have to stay in the same situation that he's in when I leave, and he is just thinking about what he can get out of me. And he thinks I don't know it. And I'm not doing the same with him. I've made it abundantly clear. I've been very abrupt and forward about the fact that I am here to get my documentation so that I can stay legal and proper.
It's not true
And
either.
that's it. I'm getting the renewal
We
of
saw
my
how James
ID,
got him
or
in.
not the renewal, I'm getting my ID, I'm getting my birth certificate, and I'm getting my social security card. Like I'm already a legal citizen, obviously, but I'm getting those three things, and then I'm moving on. And now he thinks he's won. That's what that yawn, like y'all heard that yawn, and that, oh, I don't know what's going on. Oh my god, I'm about to get so mad at you for being live and talking about me. He's been awake the whole time. But that yawn was, hey, I just won because you talked about me. You're an absolute psychopath. My life isn't about you. You have psychologically manipulated me to the level I'm talking about you when you're not even in the room. That's called gaslighting. The entire American public has been educated about gaslighting over the past couple of years. You've been absent to that.
This is you. This is
I'm not
so much
gaslighting you.
projection.
You're gaslighting me. I've asked you to stay out of my life. You won't stay out of my life. I have to live with you. That's that. And you want to make it so that things are either super uncomfortable unless you're getting what you want or not. And it's a very common tactic. And you're using me to gain retribution on people in your life, and that's highly illegal. Everything that you're doing to me is provable. It has become common police practice to be able to keep up with this stuff. So, yeah, law enforcement is investigating. And I'm very thankful because I've been the one found to be innocent. And it's about time.
So James, like, he did not be like, this is just for my ID.
It sounds like a jealousy thing. I don't know. I don't want to know.
James said they were dating.
I want him out of my
before
head.
they were uncles.
I want him to stay the fuck out of my head. I want him to stop using me to make himself look big and tough and powerful, because not only is it criminal, but it's annoying.
Sharon, you don't even know. It's been years. Literally
Like,
years.
I'm supposed to be starting my day. I'm not supposed to be starting a day where he's manipulated me into making sure that he's the first thing that my fans and my followers think about. So you're telling me that there's no coincidence that he has to wake me the fuck up with the fake snoring and be the victim and get all mad at me for talking about him the day after I put a photo up on social media of him that he gave me permission to post, that I posted to make sure that everybody knew the difference between him and I, to protect him, because I got the fame and I don't want to see him getting hurt.
We did an interview with Steve Kells on July 16th, 2023, where James was he was trying to get his ID at that point. He had been trying for a bit, and that's why he wanted to stay with Steve Kells.
Bad behavior. It sounds like he's gaslighting you. I've told him time and time again.
We're now in 2025,
and he's
March.
come to, I have to admit, he's come to accept that he's gaslighting me. You know, he's like, okay. He'll be like, oh, whatever. But he has come to the point where at least once he was like, or once or twice, I think it was twice, he goes, okay. You know, he's like, okay, I can accept that. But he didn't say it that way. You know, he's just like, okay. But he has accepted that he is a massive manipulator and a gaslighter. And when he has his moments of clarity, when he's not completely blacked out, he works it out with me. But beyond that, it's very toxic. He's very volatile. He's highly defensive in a way that is passive aggressive. And he doesn't always understand. I think what it really comes down to is a refusal to accept that he's attacking me when he believes he's defending himself. Like me, I waited 2 weeks of living here to defend myself from him.
From the snoring?
I waited 2 weeks before saying anything about the fact that I'm not sleeping because of his snoring. I waited 2 weeks to really take things to a level where things get talked out. And I'll tell you, because of my past with him, I don't feel safe to have a conversation with him in private about any of this, because he'll just try to entrap me. wake me up pissed off, and then I'm going to go out there and try to reason with him at 5 a.m. or 4:30 a.m. while he claims that I woke him up. And then on top of it, oh, well, you're the one that moved in with him. I was homeless. I didn't have any other options because of people like him. People that are doing this type of thing.
James or Josh
so
didn't
yeah,
do this.
I'm a little pissed off. So I don't go to the cops about him, and in return, you try to systemically torture me and force me to give you attention. What did you expect to happen? What did you expect the result to be?
It's systemic torture.
Why is he sleeping in the living room when he has a bedroom? You're confused. Well, he has a chair in the living room. So that's the reasoning. He has a cushioned chair in the living room. So
maybe that's why he's snoring.
Somewhere to sleep that isn't on the floor.
So he's on his back.
So like
that's why he's snoring.
I'm not a bitch. I'm not. It takes a lot to piss me off. And I'm not pissed. I'm not even close to pissed. I am moderately annoyed, but I am systemically tortured. I am tortured to the level
should we wake Josh up?
And only him. Because anything online, listen to me.
Let's try that. Oh, I
anything
forgot to
going on
James
online.
Went live and distracted me.
I'm not going to blame another person for. When I go online, like,
oh well,
I think people should be held accountable for their crimes, but I'm not going to blame somebody who's talking about me in their own space for what goes on in my space, right? But when we're living under the same roof and you're doing to me what one of those same criminals will do to me, then you have chosen a side, and you don't get to just keep switching up, gaslighting the situation, trying to make me look bipolar, trying to make me look like a criminal or sound like a criminal. I will tell you, I did bring up the conversation of conservatorship, went right for it. Now all of a sudden he thinks that's an idea that he can jump on because it's like that. Yeah. So I said no. You are not someone who can be trusted with my safety. You are not, because I asked him, I said, do you want to be someone that looks out for me, in the future? At first he said yes. And then I asked him last night and he took it back. He's like, no. Well, we're not doing the thing where it's yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, no, no. I understand that you may have schizophrenic bipolar tendencies. I recognize that you may want to attempt to gaslight me into being just like you. I am healthy. I do not want you using your illness, if you have one, as an excuse to attack me and then turn around and make me unhealthy. If you do not have the ability to maintain healthy enough boundaries where you leave me alone in those ways, after I've repeatedly brought it up, I've repeatedly had conversations with you about it.
Oh, this whole stream is projection, I think.
The public on a third-party platform for the sake of protecting myself, because it is not legally advisable to take it to law enforcement, because it's not, it's not law enforcement worthy. Then here we sit. But he's trying to use me to climb the ladder, to make the conversation about him. He's already being investigated at work. Their marketing team is investigating him at work. And he wants to use me to try and get himself more attention. That's criminal. I want nothing to do with it. And they say, well, don't bring him up. Then stop.
Josh didn't pick up the phone.
Torturing me.
I tried calling him.
Let me sleep.
I think it'd be really interesting for
Let my neighbors sleep. Stop trying to flip it and make it like I'm the reason that my neighbors are awake. Because that's not fair.
They are. If
you
they're
don't
awake
get
for
to
anyone,
use
it's
me
you.
try and destroy my life. And because what he's really trying to do, what his backup plan is, that if he can't keep me in his life, to get me an eviction so that it's harder for me to get somewhere to live. That's his ultimate goal. On the flip side, is to get me evicted so then I don't have a way to get an apartment in the future, even if I have my birth certificate, my social security card, my ID, and a job. They're trying to force me into homelessness, and they being people who are formerly involved in my life that didn't get what they wanted out of me.
He's turning into Heather.
That's it. They
Josh
feel that
Xavier.
they're owed, and in their criminal minds,
They're gonna live together in a tent
they
soon
go as far
and
as
adopt a
trying
kid.
to revoke my
Actually, hopefully they
access
don't fuck
to my
over that.
documentation, revoke my access to a living space, and revoke my access to employment. And I have my three culprits. I do. I know who did it to me. My four. Five. Five.
Who did what to you? What's he talking about?
Yeah, I have my five culprits.
Let's listing
All
culprits.
five of them are being federally investigated as we speak.
I hope I'm one of them. I'm one of the 5 Power Rangers.
All that because you fake snored. You fucked with my headphones and you fake snored. Everyone knows that you don't fuck with my headphones. Don't even laugh. Everyone knows you do not fuck with my headphones.
It's hard not to laugh.
And everyone knows that you do not fake snore around me. Number one pet peeve, snoring. Number one most important thing to me, headphones. Don't fuck with my headphones. Don't fake snore. Only 2 rules.
James, you're gonna follow the one rule. I don't. These fucking.
They're my only 2 rules. You broke them.
I've never heard these 2 rules before. He's saying like he's been saying this forever. Like
Don't
everyone
feel stupid for someone else's bet. I'm repeating your comment. And no, we're not putting this on reverse and making a different version, because I'm just sick of that shit. Don't feel stupid for someone else's bad behavior. Sounds like he's gaslighting you. Like I said, he has gaslit the fuck out of me. He's finally starting to come to about it. You know, like, you're not gonna change me if I get convicted of a crime. You're not gonna change me if you get me institutionalized or whatever. You're not going to change me, because I don't need to be changed, because I'm not a criminal. I'm a defector from your social program. There's a difference between someone that does not agree with your social programming and a criminal. There's a difference.
Not really.
They do not see the difference. These 5 people see themselves as infallible, genuinely infallible, and they do not understand that they are criminals, and that if they do not leave me alone, they will be held accountable.
The fearful 5.
And by leave me alone, I mean
ferocious,
refrain from trying to force me into your social ranks. Stop trying to force me to think and live the way you do. I don't care if you're just trying to prepare me for society. I don't care if you're trying to cover up the fact that it's your fault that I'm having difficulty maintaining myself in society, because you were supposed to train me to be able to manage myself in society and you failed. That's not my problem. That is definitely your problem. And no, I'm not going to help you with it.
Can someone ask him who the Funky 5 are?
We are going to keep our distance. I am going to do my thing. You are going to do your thing. And we're all going to go on our merry way. Because that's exactly the way you treated me and the way you said it to me over the past decade.
The Funky 5. Uh-oh, Callie's about to get booted.
They say you never really know someone until you live together. I'll tell you the truth, and I don't care what this does to my reputation. I don't have. I don't listen. I'm not. So he's a criminal. I've decided personally that I see him as a criminal.
For snoring.
Listen, I was homeless for years. When you're not a criminal and you're homeless, you can't get away from criminals. Okay? They're everywhere. On the street, they're everywhere. The street is majoritatively criminal. When you don't do drugs and you don't drink and you don't commit crime and you're trying to get your life on track, the criminals are about the only thing you see. I'm non judgmental. I'm so desensitized that I'm non judgmental. I'm becoming resensitized. I'm getting my head back on straight, so it's starting to piss me off, right? You can't force somebody to be someone they're not. And when you try, this is the result.
It's crazy that all of this is
So
for
I don't
snoring.
judge anybody from my past for being criminals. I don't. Or the past that was made for me, the life that was built for me. I don't blame any of them for their criminal behavior. But I do blame them for choosing the criminal lifestyle. I'm sorry, I meant the opposite. I don't blame them for being criminals. I know that it's not their fault that they're criminals. I know what it's like to be born into, criminality or raised in an environment of criminality. I wasn't raised in an environment of criminality, but being homeless, I was forced into an environment of criminality. And, you know, but I know what it's like to be born into a family that are involved with criminals, and I'm not. And I've had to, like, I keep them away from me. Um, so I get it, but that doesn't mean that I'm not a sympathizer. That's something I'm not. If you don't want to make the choice to become a better person and make better choices, then I don't want anything to do with you. And if I have something to do with you, it's because I have to.
Sugar Low.
I will say that to your face now,
Shout out to
and I will
Sugar
say
Wolf.
that to your face in the future. I've said that
Sugar.
to him in every way I possibly could, and he takes it as a personal insult, which to me sounds criminal. If you take it as a personal insult that I don't want anything to do with you because of criminal behavior, then I, in my mind, calculate that as then you must be a criminal. What else is there? I don't see anything else but that option. You are
We
either a
need to get
criminal
Heather
or you
names
are
together.
not. And if someone accuses you of being a criminal and says they don't want anything to do with you because of your criminal behavior, either actively or passively, and you get defensive, what are you? Like, I get defensive because I'm not a cop, and so I think it's funny. I find it comical when someone accuses me of being a criminal because the notion of me being a criminal is so foreign to being a possibility that I find it laughable. That's me on a personal level. That's my personality. I don't take any accusations of someone calling me a criminal seriously.
Been to jail 3
I
times.
might go off about it. It might piss me off. But deep inside, I kind of just find it funny, truthfully. And I always have. I've just been scared to be honest about it. I've had to hide that from people because I haven't been safe to be real about how I actually view the notion of someone calling me a criminal or calling my behavior criminal. I find it so absurd that my mind can't grasp it, and so it's like has to be funny because I don't know what else to make it. Why doesn't he have a bed? Bed doesn't fit in the car. His bed doesn't fit in the car, so he
How do
wasn't
people
hasn't
get
been able
beds
to
in
bring
their
his bed
houses
here yet.
otherwise? No
What do you
one's
do with
ever
the
been able to get a
headphones?
bed in a
That
house.
just kept me distracted, so I forget him in the car. Like I say, he does his stuff on purpose, and then that's the other thing. He'll do stuff on purpose and cause me memory lapses intentionally, and then he'll turn around and be like, "No, you're just paranoid." Like I'm telling, he does that. All the gaslighting shit that I learned sitting on TikTok. Bro, I'm telling you, I remember back in the days sitting on TikTok and learning about gaslighting and learning about all that. That's when he was like starting to lose his shit. That's when he started to trying to take control of my life. Was when I started learning about like when I started learning how to defend myself from psychological manipulation was immediately when people started accusing me of it. I'm not making this up. Like, I'm totally serious.
So James learned how to gaslight people from TikTok, and now he's trying to gaslight
That
Josh
was
into
around
thinking
when
that
it started to happen.
Josh is gaslighting him. Like reverse gaslight psychology.
You know how I know he's officially
Just
awake?
order a bed online, right?
Because the hater comments
Like,
are coming in. That's how I know. I know he's awake because the hater comments are coming in. So thank you for proving me accurate. I've said my piece, and now I'm going to go talk it out with him. Wish me luck. Thanks for keeping the recording.
my mouth is hot. Ah. Oh my goodness. I thought James would give me enough time to eat. But I guess
This
not.
really has been all I've had to say, but you know, somebody's got to gaslight. Sorry about them. I'll talk to y'all soon.
Wow. James really pussy. James is a pussy. He couldn't even handle like a couple hate comments. He tapped out. All right, let's end that recording over there. Hopefully there was enough room on the phone after Cleveland. That'll be fun to look at. That'll be in 4 months from now. We can see Cleveland's reaction to the stream we did before. So, yesterday, I guess it would have been yesterday. I was late getting James, so we missed about an hour and a half, maybe even a bit more. Let me grab it here. We can watch that, and then I gotta like try to get a few hours of sleep. I can get 3 hours of sleep if I go to sleep right now and wake up at 9. I need to be up at 9. Or at least around 9 to 10. Just because then if I'm not, I don't know. I don't know actually, but anyways, I think I'd be all right. 6:10. That's like 4 hours. That's like way more than enough sleep for me. Let me. Where is it? My brain is really tired. I forgot what I was looking for. Give me a second. Bum, 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 bum. I thought it would be in downloads. Today, March 3rd, March 4th. Oh, I have it sorted the wrong way. I'm an idiot. That's why. This is it. Because this is what we missed from I guess yesterday morning.
Always be
Fuck is
these,
that?
always
You
be
know
these
what?
niggas that got that fucking monkey
You
doing
gay ass
that
niggas
weird
always
shit,
love to start shit, bro.
Oh,
He said
doing
always
weird
be
shit,
these niggas
man.
that got that fucking monkey.
oh, I'm fucking right here. Is looking stupid.
Yo, white boy, what's good?
Shit gonna look crazy. Yo,
You act like
James,
you
you
finna
bitch ass
commit.
boy.
Mm-hmm. I got my bitch ass white boy. Fuck, this is why I hate being human. I have a lot of things to say actually about the stream that just happened. I jotted down notes, but I had my fucking face full of food. I couldn't talk. And I really hate that. I need to find a way to like inject food into my veins or find a way to communicate without using my fucking mouth. It's so annoying. It's because I've been streaming for way too long. Like over 8 hours. But so this is what I think is interesting. James can't take any accountability for like his own fucking poor choices in life. Like he's blaming Josh for everything. If he could do these mental gymnastics with Josh, like saying that it was Josh that was the one pushing for the uncle and cousin thing, like Josh was the one who put it into James' head that Josh is his uncle and or cousin, and that he somehow psycho manipulated him into telling Josh it. But we witnessed James first say like, yes, we're going to be together in a romantic sense, like we're going to be boyfriends, and then when that got too close for comfort, he switched it to the uncle cousin thing, and now he's saying that Josh was actually the one who did all that. That's fucking insane. So if he could do that to like a roommate, like imagine what it was like for his ex. Like, just could you just fucking imagine? Like, fuck that shit, man. Fuck that shit. He also, Josh was obsessed with getting him arrested. Josh did play like a crucial role in getting him arrested one time because he had like James's exact address when he was in Pennsylvania when he wasn't fucking supposed to be. So yeah, I passed that information along from Josh, and he was arrested the next day. So like that, yeah, maybe the one time, but other than that, no, Josh isn't obsessed with getting James arrested. Saying that Josh is forcing him into posting pictures of Josh, like what? Josh is forcing James to post pictures of Josh to his own social media, and then that also got all of his other social medias unlocked. Like James's social medias were locked because he's an idiot and he'll get violations for like smoking on stream or just saying insane racist stuff or whatever James does. So he claims that when he posted this picture of Josh, all of his accounts got unlocked. He's attributing that to Josh's power that he got from James or the haters. It's really fucking confusing. Yeah, all of James' decisions are actually Josh's that he's forcing him to make. And that James was not upfront. Yeah, James wasn't upfront with Josh about getting ID when moving in. Like he said, yeah, we're gonna be in a relationship, and then he said that they're cousins and uncle or whatever. So that is all the things I was trying to get in, but I can't pause Vigos when they're live, so I had to kind of wait for him to finish because that was some crazy shit. I didn't want to like interrupt him. So anyways, sorry, I just wanted to say that. We get back to whatever this was this morning.
He finna commit suicide after this video.
Fuck that nigga.
Yeah, remember when he was saying, "Have you ever almost fucked your uncle?" Have you ever been dating someone and found out they were your uncle? So like, yeah, no, they're definitely, James positioned it as if they were gonna, move in together and be romantically involved.
Fuck that booty clapping ass.
It look like if you're watching this, this is my.
If he was watching that, hold on. I might just do
If you're watching this, this is my.
yeah, never mind. I mean, if it's gonna be mostly this, maybe I should pre-edit this. Because I'll end up falling asleep like sitting up if he's just gonna sit there in silence while copyright music plays, and then I'll have to like take a bunch of shit out. So yeah, maybe we'll end it here, and I will do a quick edit through. I didn't get the edited James video. Fuck. I said put chapters in the other video. Oh my god, like, and I have to sleep. Like, I just like there's no time for fucking anything. I feel like it's so. I don't know. I need like an assistant or something, like an in real life assistant to help me with shit. And it's never gonna happen. I'm sorry that I'm so behind on everything, guys. It's just like perpetually gonna be that way. I think until. I don't know. I don't think I'll ever have any help or any of the channels. So I think it's just always gonna be like this. So just whenever I set a deadline, I just expect it to be at least 3 days late, if not more. But yeah, I will be back soon. We didn't even do a morning meeting stream, a members morning meeting stream yesterday. So I'm gonna try to get up in 4 hours, and we could do that. And then I got other stuff I want to do. I'll edit this James shit. We gotta edit some other James shit. And Cleveland's done. We don't have to worry about Cleveland for a long ass time. So that's nice. That's actually a relief. How long has this one been? An hour? That's not bad. That was a really wacky stream James gave us. That's fucking crazy. James is trying to evict Josh for snore. Hopefully he doesn't come back in like half an hour. If he does, like, I'm sleeping. But hopefully the push notification wakes me up so I can at least record him. I should really airdrop this other shit before I go to bed here. We'll let this play out until this stuff's airdropped, and then we'll bippity bop out. That's bad too. It's not even showing up. Oh, no, we're good. Okay, good. I hate when it does that. Double airdrop. Biko is just full of interesting characters, huh? Look at all these great people you get to talk to. A blank screen. Trying to snap for real, right? I slept on stream one time. Can't remember what we were doing. I think James shit. And I was like, I'm just gonna rest my eyes. I mud pit a wrench. And I drifted away. Do you have any talent? It's a bot. A bot question.
Rewrite the stars Say you were made to be mine, and nothing could keep us apart. And to find it's up to you, and it's up to me.
What the fuck? What do you mean? The sex stream? There's no sex stream. James had a sex stream? This singing is interesting.
No one could say what.
See, I haven't been to bed yet. I'm trying to go to bed. I'm waiting for things to airdrop, and then I can erase them off the phone and go to bed and sleep soundly, knowing that if James wakes me up, I will have storage on the phone to record him.
We get to be, and why don't we rewrite the stars, changing the world to be ours. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, you know I want you. I can't have you. So tired.
Hello, hello, hello. Greetings, James. How are you?
Whoa. He just talked about sex all night. I guess I didn't know because I was asleep. I'm sorry. That's what I left you guys with. Let's hear this interaction, and then we're gonna booty bop out because the airdrop is complete.
How's it going, dude?
James is too scared to communicate with words, or some kind of power trip to him. So, like, that's, I don't know. You gotta just kind of stare back at him and assert dominance.
Where you from? You're not speaking. You're
Yeah,
in a silent one, yeah? Have you got some good music to play at least? How's it going? Where you from, James? Are you calling from UK? You UK based? No. Good to see you, my man.
No, you're not. It's not good to see him. He's evil.
How is you? You're right. Where you calling from? Let me guess. Eastern Europe?
Every day, girl, he sent my way.
Oh yeah, James doesn't even have his volume on.
Yeah, he speaks. James has a voice. Woohoo!
There we go.
How you doing, fella? You alright? Play us some good tunes, man.
So, James doesn't even have the volume on, so he can't hear what this guy's saying. He's just being an asshole. I forgot that that's what James likes to do.
You seem to be a music person. I can hear it in your headphones for real. I can hear the music. Play some music, dude.
I saw her looking like an half.
Why does he even do PKs? What an idiot. Alright. 8 minutes and 50 seconds for 9 seconds. I can just minimize this. We'll bubbly back. back, or actually, yeah, I should pre-edit that. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll be back in a bit. I'll be back in a bit. I gotta sleep. I gotta try to sleep. Take care, guys. Good job. Whoa, that was weird. It's been a weird night. It's been a weird time. What a time to be alive, guys. All right, your good little angels. Take care, and I'll see you soon.